right, hello, everyone. We are back. It's time for more Outer Worlds. We'll just send out our Twitter link. There we go. Okay. So it's time to jump back into the Outer Worlds. The last time we left off, we had just finished the Murder on Eridanos DLC. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. And tonight, I think we're going to jump back into the main quest for a little bit. See how some of these new weapons we picked up during the DLC help us out.
Request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board. Who keeps ordering these?
And then maybe in another stream or two, we'll do the other DLC, which is still waiting for us in this box right here. And then we'll eventually get to the end of the game. But for now, I'm definitely in the mood to get back to Monarch and see how many terrible things we can do. Before we do that, we're going to need to upgrade some companions. All right, because now we are max level, so these are the last upgrades we'll get to make. Let's see here. That's not a bad one for Ellie. Stand your ground. They gain some armor. Duration of status effects. She doesn't really inflict any. Let's give her a little more health if she gets down. That works for me. And Felix. Let's see here. Negative faction damage. Don't care about that. Stand your ground. Harmful status effects. On the companion. It's not like they can actually die, so don't care that much about that. Tossball weapon damage. Well, he's not really using that weapon. Damage to cowering enemies. Companion ability damage. That sounds like a good one for Felix. And do we have anybody else? Yes, Vicar Max needs an upgrade. And let's see here. Companion ability damage. Was that one for him too, or did we already get that? Let's give him that one too. And for Sam, I think we'll probably do the same thing unless we already have it. There it is. Good, good, good. That will work. Okay. And now, let's go ahead and take a look at our journal. See what quest we need to do. So we can move along to do Phineas's quest already. Find Wells communication terminal. We can send a tracking signal to Sophia Akande. We've got the doom that came to Roseway. I think it's time to do... Okay, so this one is for the, we got a lot of stuff we can do yet. All right, Canid's Cradle. A UDL gunship has crashed on Monarch and both MSI and the Iconoclasts desperately want it. That's the one I want. All right, let's head back to Monarch. Monarch is here. And I think Fallbrook might be the one we want. No, Stellar Bay is probably the one we want. We can always fast travel if we need to.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
All right, so where are we heading? We are going over here. Terra 1 publication, so that's probably the best way to go. Go here and then go around. And who do we have? We have Nyoka and we have Parvati. Let's take Nyoka off and let's go with Sam. And we'll keep Parvati. We've leveled her up pretty well. And as people filter into the stream here, do feel free to say hello in the chat. Let me know you're here. We're going to go for at least a couple hours tonight. My work schedule this week has become drastically changed. But, so things are going to be a little unpredictable this week, but that's okay. What do we have going on here? MSI guards. Okay, interesting. Oh, MSI and the Iconoclasts are fighting. Oh, look at that. And they're not targeting me. Oh, wow. Okay, I never saw that before. That's interesting. That's an interesting little random event. All right, so we've got to get to our destination.
Who's the sweetest boy? Who is it?
Error. Unable to process the specific customer service request. Please repeat the order.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, and it looks like my gun is about to break, which is probably not good. Can I repair it? You have insufficient weapon parts. So, let's see here. Do I have things I can break down? Yes, I do. Okay, Nova Burst. Oh, that's the N-Ray assault rifle. Okay, don't need this. We can break that down. And I've got 2 light assault rifles. We can break the lower level one down. That's fine. And the rest of these I think I want to hold on to. This isn't going to do anything for us now that Murder on Eridanos is over. But we can put that back in the spaceship then. Okay, can I repair this now? Yes. All right, that's good. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the Needler is pretty good as well. How's our armor doing? Defense skills 5. Okay. Do I have better armor I can wear? Let's take a peek here. I've got a lot of different pieces of armor. Okay. Anything else? So 61 armor rating on that. Wasn't bad, but that's not very good. No, I think I've got the best thing I've got. All right. That's fine. Let's just keep moving. I hear something that sounds bad. Yes, there's a Mantiqueen. That sounds bad, but we're going to go ahead and shoot at it.
Take out the trap.
With this explosive revolver.
That's gotta hurt.
Bag required.
Don't mess with us.
And she's dead. Well, that Mantiqueen went down really easy. All right. Definitely not nearly as tough a fight as what we're getting used to in the DLC. Okay, moving right along. And we've got some stuff here. Let's make it dead. You should be dead in one shot. You should be dead pretty quick, too. Uh-oh. We've got Mantisaurs.
Resuming passive mode.
All right, so the combat has become significantly easier compared to what we've gotten used to, and I'll take it. MSI soldiers. Break you down for weapon parts. And what do we have here? A Mantisaur soldier. One shot. Another Mega Manta Queen. Uh-oh.
Clean up the competition.
All right, there we go. Ooh, what's this? Vending machine. We can sell some junk. T&L's exotic assets. Sounds like a rather intriguing place to shop. Hunting rifle hyper. Is that better than the one we have? Nope. How about armor? Anything there? No. We might have some weapon parts. Yep, let's go ahead and buy those. I'll take all the weapon parts I can get at this point. Nothing else there. Let's see what else is around here. Oh, we've got another vending machine. Any interesting armor? It's not as good as what I have. Maybe you've got some weapon parts. Nope. It's a Spacer's Choice vending machine. It should have weapon parts. To replace all the ones you break. Oh, we've got lots of loot. Bit cartridges, ammo. Coordinates control armor. Wow, there's all kinds of stuff out here. Okay, I'll take it. Don't gotta tell me twice. Ted in the chat says, hey, what's this? Someone that isn't streaming Outriders? I have yet to play Outriders. I'm not necessarily opposed to trying Outriders at some point, but you know, unless it's like Fallout, it takes me a minute to get into a new. I can only handle so many online inventory management games before I lose my patience. Okay, so this looks like a building that doesn't serve a purpose. Maybe something will open up later. Maybe it was cut content. Who knows? But either way, Ted, thank you for joining us in the stream tonight. Uh-oh, we've got another Mantisaur soldier. Alright, we're doing okay so far. I keep grabbing these helmets and armor pieces. I don't need that. I do need to remember to grab the weapons, though, so I can scrap them for parts. Ted says, it isn't Fallout, it's more Borderlands, but with crafting and cooler endgame. Okay, that's cool. Well, it's always good to drop in on your streams and videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Feel free to stick around as we make bad choices. Not quite one shot. But this weapon is pretty darn good. Uh-oh, we've got somebody still alive. Not for long.
Everyone all right?
Wow, we still got more.
That's smart.
Got big messes. Huge large messes,
Mega giant messes. Okay, there we go. We've got some bones. It looks like the local wildlife has been eating well. And here is our destination. Here's the crashed UDL gunship. It says, bad choices do turn out interesting when you try to climb out of the hole you dug for yourself. Exactly. All right, so we have a crashed UDL gunship.
I'll keep an eye on things out here.
readying for standby mode upon command affirmation. Entering mode now.
Let's loot these corpses and then see what our next step is. Okay, we need the captain's key to unlock the door. Where's the captain? Maybe we just have to use the terminal, or maybe we need to explore outside a little bit. Maybe the captain was thrown from the wreckage. Doesn't look like it. This game doesn't really put things in conspicuously challenging places to find them, so I think maybe we just need to read the terminal. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Ship ID, Cantankerous Canid. Error. Captain Matsu's captain's key is active, but his life signs are no longer detected on the bridge. Logging flight hours while not present for duty is a violation of UDL policy. All right, so we can eject the captain's command key. So that's what we need. But we've got more we can do here. We can run diagnostics, we can view logs, start Mayday message playback. Let's listen to that.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Preparing to neutralize.
And we've got more Raptidons outside. Let's clear them out before we get ourselves into trouble. Our companions are running way ahead. Let's use some of those abilities.
Neutralize.
Looks good, looks good. Everybody's dead. Okay, cool. Easy enough. Let's head back in here. Had a feeling those things might sneak up while we were on the terminal, so better to neutralize them now than later. That's his interesting tone of voice for the message. I can see that. All right, let's view logs. Captain's log, November 12th, 2354. CE, Chief Engineer, saying something about spare regulator bypass something something. Chikashu. I'm turning this thing toward the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. Okay, I'm guessing Chikashu is some kind of slang that I am not familiar with. Oh, and I didn't want to exit the terminal entirely. Captain's log, December 21st, 2354. How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. Well, seems like UDL is having some of the same bureaucratic issues that the rest of the colony's corporations have. And finally, Captain's log, January 3rd, 2355. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1, and we can't shoot them down. That makes, I've lost count, what's the point of being out here if we can't get some backup? Well, that is a valid point. And we got to go back in again, run diagnostics. Main terminal online, bridge controls offline, engines technically functional, hull integrity, don't ask. This Mark IV gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew, as the company doesn't even pay to repair its own stuff. I'm sure we've all experienced similar things to that as well. That's not really that far-fetched, is it? All right, let's unlock with the gunship captain's key. Anything interesting in here? Just a ladder. Right, and we'll head in here. Guessing this will take us to the bridge, or maybe this is the bridge? I don't know. Maybe we were on the bridge. Okay, so what do we have here? We have something we need to use. Let's use it. And we'll use this one too. Ah, that's right. It opens this thing up so we can pick up the Cantankerous Canids targeting module. And now, this is going to open up more faction quests where MSI and the Iconoclasts are going to want to get their hands on this thing. So we can give it to Sanjar, or we can give it to the Iconoclasts. Sanjar, of course, seems to be, while eccentric and a bit odd, he is seems to be a competent businessman who wants to benefit the workers. He wants to give them better conditions and generally make life better for people. Where Graham, while also one would assume that he wants to better working conditions, he is also totally nuts.
Miss McDevitt used to say that plants need sulfur to grow, and here there's just tubs of it lying about.
All right, and we've got a Mega Raptidon. Let's take care of you. Lean, mean, and ready to kill germs. I love Sam. Sam is definitely one of the better additions to the Outer Worlds. Uh-oh. Almost fell in the acid. That's probably bad. Don't want to do that. Lots of Raptidons. And they're all dead. Okay. Nope, not all dead yet. Let's use Sam's ability. That should take care of that. Okay, so now we've got a choice. Do we give the targeting module to Sanjar, or do we give the targeting module to the Iconoclasts? And is my weapon broken again? 68%. It's not broken, but it's definitely losing some power. Okay, well, we've got some things to scrap. Let's go ahead and break them down. Make sure we've got lots and lots of weapon parts for when we need them. But we don't have enough to repair everything we're carrying. Let's go ahead and use the Needler for a little while. This is one of the newer weapons from the DLC, and it has various damage over time effects.
Here we go!
Okay, that's seems to be fairly effective, unless that's really our companions doing the killing. All right. That's fine. You guys can do the killing. I'm all right with it. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. Let's take a look at the quest itself. So we can go to Stellar Bay and give Nandi the module, and we can ally with MSI, or we can go to Amber Heights and give Graham the module and ally with the Iconoclasts. Now, we would also have the option to convince them to work together if we had done certain things at the beginning of the Iconoclasts quest. But because we didn't do those very smart, very intelligent things that any reasonable person would do, we're not going to be able to do that. So let's go ahead. I just want to talk to both of them. Just see if there's any... okay, cannot fast travel while near hostiles. So there's still hostiles around. That's not good. Where are the hostiles? I don't see any. Well, here's some more loot.
With eyes. Liquid is caustic.
Yeah, definitely don't see any enemies here. But I suppose we can run around and make sure. A couple more weapons to break down. I hear some enemies, but I definitely don't see any. Maybe over here. This looks like the kind of place some marauders might hang out. But it doesn't look like there's anybody here. Okay, we've got a Mantisaur soldier. Where'd you go? I saw you. Saw your tag pop up. Where'd you go? We'll have to find him, and we'll have to needle him. Where are you? Over there, okay. So we hit the Manta Pillar with the Needler. Okay, maybe the... I'm not really seeing any major damage over time effects here. Okay, it looks like those slow it down.
This area has been sanitized.
Still figuring out what this weapon actually does. Alright. Well, we moved along. Anything else? No. But that looks like a cool view. Let's take a look at it. I think that is Stellar Bay over there. Or maybe that's Fallbrook. And we're going to quick save here. Just in case I fall off the edge of this. Because it's not like I've never done that before. And it looks like we've got some people filtering into the stream here. Welcome, everyone. Please do feel free to say hello and let me know you're here. All right, anything else up here? Oh, we've got more bad guys.
On the job.
Not sure what these damage over time effects actually do, but apparently it's fairly easy to kill those things after they take them. And this is this Cascadia? I think this is Cascadia.
Area
Yes.
assessment. Tough stains and resistance.
And we get a little framey as things load in. We're going to eventually come back here on a quest, so no need to explore it now. Let's see if we can fast travel out yet. Okay, looks like we can. So let's head back to Stellar Bay. We'll talk to Sanjar. And then we'll head over to the Iconoclast and talk to Graham. We'll just give them a chance to tell me what kind of stupid things they want to do. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I needed to transition into Stellar Bay. Twice the speed, half the price. Adrena time. Be a better you with Adrena time. Okay.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
You asking me to be your minder? Well, I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating. Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for the SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
That's amazing. I love the dialogue between the companions, but Sam and Parvati are really good. And we've got Grayson Carlisle in the chat. Says, good evening, Grayson. Welcome to the stream. All right, Sanjar, if I give you this targeting module, what stupid, nonsensical thing will you do with it?
If the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful Monarch.
I'm okay with that.
I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the Iconoclasts.
Okay, so we could say, could you agree to a truce with the Iconoclasts? Give him the module. Why do you need the targeting module? According to the ship's logs, they suffered some kind of malfunction. Let's hit him with that.
That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components.
Everyone gets careless. Maybe it's slim pickings for them, too. Perhaps there's something deeper going on.
A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham.
All right, so why do you need the targeting module? What are you going to do with it?
Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
I mean, why do you need the gunship's weapon systems? Seems like your people should be able to handle this. What's so bad about the Iconoclasts reaching the gunship? Let's ask him that.
Can you imagine what those maniacs would do with weapons like that? They'd wreak havoc.
And roll back all the progress we've made at reconciling with the rest of Halcyon.
Uh-huh. Okay, maybe things need a shake-up.
This would be more than a shake-up.
Sounds promising.
Even if they merely sat on the scraps, the threat of a bunch of anarchists holding a gunship would bring the full wrath of the board down on Monarch. We can't afford that.
Really? Because it sounds like kind of a good time to me. So, why do you need the gunship's weapon systems?
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again.
Uh-huh,
Stellar
sure.
Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
Okay. Just don't ask me to lug a bunch of cannons from that ship, too. I don't see how UDL is going to let you keep their toys. And if you say so, or that's a worthy goal. Let's roll with if you say so.
The point is, this weapon system would be a powerful advantage, and we can't risk the Iconoclast getting it.
All right. Seems like your people should probably be able to handle this.
Look, Celia, he's being funny again.
I don't think so, sir.
Really? Well, I could have sworn... Well, that's not important. What is important is that there's a considerable distance between us and that ship, and most of it is inhabited by Marauders and Raptidons.
All right. That's pretty treacherous. What's the matter? Can't get your hands dirty now and then?
Do you just think of these things in the moment, or do you write them down and save them for later? They're very good.
Yes, I am very good. Just answer the question.
Oh, I can play along. What I've got here is a town full of yellow-bellied corporate cast-offs who wouldn't know a stun baton from a slide rule. How is that?
That was pretty good, actually.
Wow. Thanks. Thank you.
Just don't ask me to lug a bunch of cannons from that ship, too.
Don't worry. We'll send an engineering team for those later. We'll have to disconnect them from the rest of the ship.
Of course, they'll be useless without that targeting module, which is why it's critical that you retrieve it.
Okay, so at this point, we can give it to him. We can say, says the guy sending me to go get it, or these weapons sound pretty powerful.
Which is also why we can't let the Iconoclasts get them.
Uh-huh. Enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
All right, so we can ask him if he can agree to a truce. Let's ask the question.
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
We can say, I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir?
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
Oh my. You're good with details, but you could use someone who sees the big picture. The people who wrote your reviews are the same type of people who you'll deal with on the board. Pull your head out of your ass, Sanjar. Don't screw this opportunity up over your wounded pride.
Normally, I'd find this kind of talk from you quite invigorating. But this is a difficult moment for me. Still, perhaps you have a point. Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
How'd things get so bad between you and the Iconoclasts anyway? I hope I'm not accidentally going into this just so I can pursue dialogue options.
How do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He won't hear reason now, and I wouldn't trust him again.
What about his second in command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo. I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Are you serious?
One can't be haphazard about these things. Besides, if you think her skills will complement mine, then we should see what those skills are.
All right, fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
All right, I'll let you know when I've made progress. Well, it clearly seems to me that he has a pretty solid understanding of what to do with that targeting module, how to use it to make the world a more stable place, and generally make life better for people. So, of course, that's the last thing we want to do with it. Let's go ahead and go back to our map. We are going to head over to the Iconoclasts next. And in theory, we could try to get them to work together. Now, my guess is, because we didn't do the things that Zora wanted us to do, she's not actually going to be willing to do that. But I don't really want to take any chances either. We're going to give the targeting module to the Iconoclasts because they're crazy and they're going to create chaos. So we can go talk to Zora and try and convince her to join. Now, I'm going to do a quick save here, and I want to talk to her because I want to see whether or not we've actually ruined our chances at that outcome. And we've got a little bit of lore here with a data pad. Let's check it out. Current patients. Ezekiel, Manti infested. Tried antibioticals, no effect. Alcohol poisoning, no effect. Acid drip, no effect. Current status, no longer with us. Ronnie, fractured ankle. Current status, splinted, reset, recovering. Ivers, multiple bullet wounds, chest, arm, leg. Current status, no longer bleeding out, but a couple shells still remain. Recovery unlikely. Milson, acid burns, face, hand left, arm left. Current status, ointments, gauze, a lot of booze. So Zora is the doctor here. And she's taking care of these people who we can't really interact with unless they're all corpses. They don't appear to be moving or breathing. I'm guessing that has more to do with the animations than anything else, but they all look nice and dead. All right, Zora, let's see what you say here. Do the quick save, because if we do get kind of funneled into the compromise route, we can go back.
Something on your mind, Captain?
Sanjar is willing to talk peace with you.
Too bad. Had I a reliable third party I could trust to set up a meet, maybe I'd consider it. With all the help you've done here, at first I thought it could have been you. But you couldn't even get the Van Nuys back. I don't think you're capable of protecting us if Sanjar's planning an ambush. So no, in another life, maybe that could have worked out for all of us. In this one, we're going to war.
All right, so it is not an option. We can either choose MSI or choose the Iconoclasts, and I am definitely choosing Crazy Graham and the Iconoclasts. Hello, Graham, you cult-leading quasi-religious nut job.
The gunship.
Want a powerful
Have you
weapon?
secured its targeting module?
What do you plan to do with it?
Mount its guns to our walls or the walls of Stellar Bay. The board is coming, Captain, and these weapons will defend us from their blasphemies.
I'm not so sure you'll be able to repair those things.
I have faith in my people, Captain. The universe does too, else it would not have delivered us this opportunity.
Fair enough. Before we get to that, I want to know something.
All right.
Okay, so just general lore here. What's your story, Graham?
Before all this, I was a writer for MSI's product catalog. It was my purpose to spread awareness of Saltuna in its various forms. The certainty with which I spun among the other cogs in their machine stifled creativity and personal growth.
Okay, let's see here. I can relate. Flying my own course may be dangerous, but at least it's freedom. I don't know, I can appreciate the stability corporate life provides, or what made you see the eternal light?
That came much later, after Sanjar had taken over. As he drifted closer to the corporate regime, I drifted further from it. I'd known a little about philosophism on the fringes of society, and as I learned more, I found that I was already on the path without even knowing. The freedom it teaches is the same freedom that I desire.
I want to know more about your teachings.
Awakening is available to all whose minds are ready to accept it. What would you like to know?
I hear the word eternal thrown around a lot. What is it?
The eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity.
Okay. And in the chat, Canaplex with a $20 super chat says, stuck at work so can't watch the stream live. Just stopped in to say you're awesome, sir. Thank you, Canaplex. You are also awesome. I appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate you stopping in just to say hi. I hope you have a good night at work, and we'll see you next time we go live. Okay, back into the conversation with Crazy Graham. Even OSI, are their members similarly divine?
Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence.
Okay. What do you mean by an awakening?
The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth. Every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death, when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI just like the overlords before him.
Okay, so Sanjar betrayed you, you turned to religion, and now here we are.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. Another is that misfortune often brings opportunity. I found my path through the tragedies of my past.
Do you believe in a creator?
Not in the sense of a single entity, fashioning the universe as a whittler fashions a flute. The universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without purpose. In that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things.
Okay. Dumb. We finally get a dumb dialogue option, like when I get lost, so I draw myself a map.
You are uncannily observant.
Clearly. Our dumbness seems to jive with Graham. Never mind.
All right.
Okay, and never mind again.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
Cirque in the chat says, just got home. How's it going? It's going great, Cirque. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Glad to see you tonight. So, the gunship, have you secured its targeting module? Yes, I have. And you have proven to me that you are totally batshit crazy. So, it's yours.
At last. Now we must secure the Stellar Bay landing pad. We will fortify the city against the board's assault.
Error. SAM units do not come equipped with green energy or eco-friendly capabilities.
And you, Captain, are you prepared?
Sure. I don't suppose you could work with Sanjar rather than against him, could you? Let's ask, just for the sake of asking.
No. Our hearts have long since closed to one another. He is blinded by his love for bureaucracy.
He does enjoy bureaucracy. All right, let's do it. Here's the targeting system.
This is it. Let us save this planet once and for all. Meet our forces in the ruins south of the city. Come prepared. Sanjar is sure to go down swinging.
Okay, so I guess we're going to have to fight MSI. So if we had tried to actually get them to compromise, then there would have been a whole other side quest that gives us some more Graham backstory, but apparently that's not going to be an option. But that's okay. And I keep hitting escape like I'm playing Fallout 76 to pull up the map. Okay, so next up, what are we doing now? Kanan's Cradle. Iconoclasts are preparing to seize Stellar Bay. Help them defeat MSI's forces. So here we go. We've got a fight coming up. We are going to take back Stellar Bay. Oh, we're just going right outside. Okay.
Whoops, hold on there, Sam. You got some schmutz on your chassis.
Some schmutz. Love it. Parvati is going to grow up to be a fantastic grandma one day. Okay. Oh, so it looks like we've got like a whole battle thing going on here. All right, this is cool.
Infestation encroaching.
Oh, that's an iconoclast. We don't want to hit him. So we're just running from Stellar Bay, or we're running from Amber Heights to Stellar Bay. Got to remember to read the descriptions here. Cheated on their career aptitude test. Well, that's what you get for that. And another one. All right, we seem to be doing okay. We'll continue up the road. This is cool. I've never done this ending before. All right, we've done some pretty good damage there.
Scoured with prejudice.
You're an Why are you hitting me? What's happening here? Did my N-ray damage hurt them? Okay, that's not what we wanted. Maybe I need to do something that is not, doesn't have that damage over time effect. Let's try and get back into this here without angering our companions. Okay, and we'll go back to our explosive revolver. Maybe that's a better choice. Okay, that's an iconoclast. That's not.
Here we go.
They're shooting at me again. What the hell? Okay, I must have hit him with splash damage from the explosion.
You guys all right?
Let's try this again. This is an unfortunate outcome. This is a cool little part. You would think they would make sure that you're not accidentally damaging your allies. I guess in theory we could just run alongside them and not shoot at all, but what fun is that? All right, what else can we put on here? Let's do our hunting rifle. Being a sniper weapon, that should be enough to there we go. So I don't think we've managed to anger the iconoclasts. It's kind of a shame we can't be a little more active in the battle. Goodbye to you.
Trace of contaminants detected. Classification.
Oh no, we ran into the acid. It's not what you're supposed to do. All right. Okay. Who's next? Do a quick save here just in case we manage to anger our associates again.
Here I go!
I'll use Parvati's attack. I'll avoid Sam's because it's damage over time. Alright, I think we're in good shape. Lots of screaming. But things seem to be going okay. I should probably be looting those corpses a little more to get those desperately needed weapon parts to repair that explosive revolver that breaks every 5 seconds. Ooh, almost shot him.
Work dirty. Clean up the competition.
Where you at? Where you at?
That's how we fucking do it!
Okay, we've got... So far, this is a pretty decisive victory for the Iconoclasts. There we go. I really like the tactical time dilation thing. The not VATS, if you will. Cool. It's basically real time, doesn't take you out of the action. I like that. Okay, Iconoclast. I think we're in good shape here. Nope, we've got a MSI trooper that needs a bullet. I guess in theory we could do less shooting here and maybe not hurt our reputation as much. Yes. How did that go for you? Was that a good idea? I don't think that was a good idea. I'm the one who's supposed to be making the bad decisions here.
Here they come!
Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity.
Take you down. You're an Iconoclast. Alright, this is pretty cool. I do feel like this battle is a bit unearned. Like, I would have liked to see maybe a little more to do with Graham and the Iconoclasts, to get to know them a little bit and actually want to ally with them. I felt the same thing when we went the truce route, that there was a little something to be desired for the opportunity to kind of build out that faction a little bit. Ooh. All right, I think we're okay. There's a trooper. And there's not a trooper anymore. So we are really just wiping Monarch clean of MSI. This is just total annihilation. Now my question is, are we going to go into Stellar Bay and actually kill the civilians? Is experiencing searing gas pain. Well, your gas pain is over. Has a lifetime subscription to Dissident Hunter. Well, your subscription has ended.
Woo! Nice work!
I need to come up with some more fancy catchphrases like that. That's pretty impressive. How about you? Has nightmares of being killed by a dashing space captain. Well, you won't have them anymore. strives to be the ideal corporate employee. Not for much longer. Oh, and we've got another one out here, MSI Sentinel. Monthly medical allotment maxed out. Well, that's good because there's no treatment for that. Oh, wow, there's a lot of them here.
I'm taking cover.
All right, and we've got a new Xbox achievement. Destroyer of Worlds. So on Game Pass on PC, you get plenty of achievements. How about you? What do you have? Lifetime subscription to Dissident Hunter. Your subscription has ended.
Here they come.
And another one. Financial debt exceeds standard career plan debt. Not a problem anymore. Oh, it's Sanjar. We've got to kill Sanjar. Obsessively tracks all tossball games. Sorry, Sanjar. I didn't really dislike you.
Mr. Bryant believes in a fine ideal. I don't much care for the way he aims to get there.
Job complete.
Let's go loot Sanjar's corpse. Speak with Velma at the warehouse. Okay, that's our side quest. That'll be kind of interesting to see how things play out with everyone dead. And what do we have here? Is this like an escape vehicle?
Nice one.
All right, and that is the end of that, I guess. So we've won the Battle of Stellar Bay. Let's just take a look at the journal. The Iconoclast can now claim Stellar Bay, share the good news with Graham. So to do that, we have to go all the way back to Amber Heights.
Rising. Concentrated amount of
Let's go ahead and do that. Let him know that he now controls Stellar Bay.
You ever think about death, Sam?
You won't find a more highly effective nor highly efficient automechanical fine-tuned to neutralize noxious contaminants on Halcyon's market. SAM units are reliably certified at killing filth dead.
Gotta be put in this universe to do more and kill. We gotta.
I think you're overthinking that one a little bit, Parvati. All right, and I've got to scrap some weapons because, once again, my stuff is breaking. So repairing all does not appear to be an option. All right, well, we're not below half condition yet, so let's just roll with it for now. And we'll go let Graham know what's going on. All right, Mr. Crazy Pants, you're now in charge.
I thought this would be easier. Sanjar's death is surprisingly heavy on my conscience after all this time. But I mustn't let that distract me from our victory. We can now take our truth to the stars, Captain, and I have you to thank for that.
Let's see here. To be honest, I really just didn't like Sanjar. You can thank me by saving the colony from the board, or what are you gonna do now?
For the moment, we will recuperate, collect ourselves and our resources. Know if ever you find yourself in need of a favor, you may call upon your friends in Stellar Bay.
Okay, there we go. So we've gained bit cartridges and something called the Good Word. Let's see what that is. I'm guessing that is a weapon. Yes, it is a heavy weapon. And it's only level 18, though, so it's not gonna be better than the stuff we already have. 714 DPS for Parvati. What if I give her this? 960. Well, that is actually a little better. Okay, damage 58, damage 178. But that's good against robots because it's electric. Let's just leave that be. Maybe we'll tinker it and get it better at some point, but for now we're okay. And let's see what's next here. What's next on our quest log? We can take care of some side quests. Let's go ahead and... Oh, that's, visit graves with Nyoka. That's actually fairly long. Ellie's parents in Byzantium. Empty Man for Max. Sprat Kings. We still need to do that. For Nelson, the guy we punched in the face when he said wink one too many times. Let's go do that one quick. So I think the plan for tonight will probably go for about an hour yet. And we'll take care of some of these side quests. As I said earlier, my schedule this week has kind of gotten turned upside down, so things will be a little bit unpredictable. We'll still have a weapon video tomorrow and a script video on Friday. I will be off on Friday, so I may do a stream on Friday as well, but we'll see how things come together. Everything's just a little up in the air this week. All right, we'll go with the shotgun because there shouldn't be anything too terrible to handle here. We could do some of the sublight quests.
You seen Arthur today?
Always imagined Fallbrook would be...
I do really love Fallbrook. This place is so cool. It's just kind of hidden in a little valley here. And you can't see it from here, but one of my favorite views in the game. Back this way. Oh, I never noticed that before. There's like a dock down here. That's cool. But that's it right there. Over the mountain, you're just tucked in this little valley here with all these big trees. And you can see the gas giant in the distance. I think that is just amazing. It is a really, really well done, well thought out and produced view. I really appreciate that stuff. And we're stealing if we take that stuff. Steal Sublight ID cartridge. I don't think I need to worry about that. Let's head into the Sprat Tunnel. We've got to collect the Sprats that Nelson was using to smuggle drugs. And we've got Raptidons.
Incoming!
So the Sprats are definitely dead. We just need to collect the drugs. Okay, we've found a flaw, food addiction. You can't seem to stop yourself from eating, even food that's bland or horribly flavored. Not eating often causes withdrawals. Food addiction withdrawal, yeah, no, thank you. None of these flaws are worth taking. There was one we got early in the playthrough that had no real negatives, but all of these, like, no, this just all seems terrible. There is a perk I think that I wish I could have at this point. I can't remember what it is, but I was thinking about it earlier. And now I'm just not. Now it's completely slipped my mind. So I wouldn't mind coming across a good flaw to give myself the ability to take more perks. Because now we've leveled up all the way. There's nothing to, we don't get to pick anymore. Unless I want to go respec, which I don't really want to do. And anything back here? No. But we can take your stuff. All right, 69 meters this way. There's not actually a way out there. John Linton in the chat says, how's it going? It's going great, John. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. We're just back into the regular Outer Worlds game tonight. We're going to do some side quests and progress here for a couple hours tonight. And the next week, hopefully things are back on track, but we'll see. Next week, I go for my second dose of the COVID vaccine. And from what I understand, that is a good chance that's going to knock me on my ass for a day or two. So we'll see how that goes. If it goes well, then I'll be streaming Monday night. If it knocks me on my ass, then I might not be streaming Monday night or Tuesday night. We'll see. But it's very important at this point to get that done. So we've got to do what we've got to do. Let's go see Nelson and see if he winks at us again. Maybe we'll get another excuse to punch him in the nose.
Did you find them? Tell me you found my my sprat carriers. Would hate should anything dire have befallen them.
We can lie and say, I found your sprat carriers, but someone stole the delivery. And keep the drugs. You want the good news or the bad news? Let's lie. I found your sprats, but someone stole the delivery.
Seeing as how that statement is wink-free, I am madder than a mantis swarm, and ready to bite somebody. You want your cut? You get me the rest of my drugs, no matter what it takes.
He doesn't want to give me my cut. Okay, we can find the missing sprat carriers. Maybe there's some more. And John in the chat says, I got the single dose and it knocked me flat for a day. That's what I've been hearing, is that it has a tendency to do that. Which is fine. I'll survive. We've got to do what we've got to do to get this thing under control. Missing sprat carriers. So where are we going here? Are you a sprat carrier?
Twitchy whiskers back here.
Oh, there's somebody else.
It's a cruel world outside.
Okay, what did I miss here? Since the corpses in Sublight's shipping tunnels accounted for only half of Nelson's sprat carriers, the remaining ones must be somewhere in Fallbrook. Find them. Ah, okay.
Close the damn door. You'll let my sprats out.
Your sprats? Bertrand. Let's see. What do we need to do, Bertrand?
Damn it all. Now look what you've done. It'll take me ages to round him up again. State your purpose or get out of my face, domicile intruder.
You're the one who told me to close the door. You opened it. I'm looking for some missing sprats. You wouldn't have seen any around. No need to get testy.
There is plenty of need. I've got an animal rescue service to oversee, and it ain't easy. Lots to do. Got a multitude of sprats to spay and feed.
These rescue sprats as in rescued from Sublight's shipping tunnels? These sprats you stole are drug carriers. I'm here to retrieve the goods.
Look, I don't care if Nelson sent you or not. You won't be hurting a hair on any of these sprats' heads. I've killed vicious beasts for them. I ain't afraid to take on a human. Back out of this domicile, hands up, or become sprat food, intruder.
Is that how this is going to go? We can persuade. I won't hurt your sprats. The drugs have probably passed through their digestive tracts already. We can use medicine. No need for vivisection. Sprats possess rapid digestive systems. Or we can just attack. This guy is a bit of a dick, so let's kill him.
Incoming!
Oh, and we've got a giant sprat in there, too. So, sorry, Bertrand, but, you know, you were a dick. Oh, look, we've got to go sifting through sprat crap to get the drugs. And we might as well take everything he owns now that we've murdered him. So I don't know if I can classify that as a surprise murder. I don't think that was all that surprising where that was going to go. Okay, is that all of them? Uh-oh, somebody's mad at me. Is Sublight gonna attack us? No, where do they... Oh, is it the Sprats? I bet it's the Sprats. It must be. Okay. That's fine. But we obviously didn't get everything yet, so let's head back in. And one more behind Bertrand. There we go. So now we've got all the drugs. And we'll head back to Nelson.
Got the goods? Because I know you wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. Wink.
As a matter of fact, I do, or we can lie again. Searched all over town, couldn't find them. Keep the consumables. I'd rather, I think, have the money. But let's see what happens when we lie.
They must have hightailed it out of town. Just my luck. I mean, sure, every scheme has its leaks to plug. But at this rate, I'll be ruined. What am I gonna do now?
Pay me.
Great. And now I'm in the red. Some scheme this turned out to be. No offense, but next time, I think I'll go with someone else.
Oh, yeah? You didn't like my work, Nelson? Well, I didn't really like yours. Uh-oh. We've now infuriated the whole town. That was why I did a quick save first. That was the opposite of what we wanted. I was hoping I could, kill him quietly. Let's see if there's a way to kill him quietly. Because we still have other, sublight quests we can do, so... Alright, what do we have that's silenced? I'm pretty sure this is silenced. Yes. We'll go into sneak.
Muting volume now.
Okay, he doesn't have much in his pocket. Let's close this door if we can. Door does not close. Alright, can we take him out?
That was clean.
Looks like we can. We lost some reputation, but it doesn't look like it alerted anyone else, so that's fine by me. Good, good. All set there. Okay. So what are our next options? We can do the City in the Stars. That's one of the main ending quests. The Long Distance, same thing. We don't want to do that. Doom That Came to Roseway is a side quest, but it's a pretty long one. Okay, let's see here. Weapons from the Void. Hawthorne's Terminal mentions searching black market vendors on Groundbreaker and Fallbrook. Acquire the weapon on... I think we've got them all, but let's see here. Maybe there's a black market vendor. We can go get ourselves another science weapon.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Here we go.
My dry goods come 75% guaranteed mold-free. Or was that 75% mold-free? No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Well, you're pleasant. Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the C&P factory. That's right. She wants us to go there and deal with that and take it over. Well, that's a longer quest too, so probably not tonight. But we'll get the ID cartridge while we can.
Not so fast. The biometric IDs are special goods, only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
I'm special. We can persuade. I think the fact that Catherine Mallon sent me for it makes me special enough. We can lie. The secret of your illicit dealings is safe with me. Cross my heart. Intimidate. Flex. Check the list again. Sounds good to me.
What do you know? You're on it. My
Indeed.
mistake, customer. Give me a jiffy to break. I mean, calibrate the ID.
Oh, is that how you're going to do it?
This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a C&P factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers. Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
Let's deal. All right, so we want to look for quest items. And he's got two things here. A sublight data pad. Let's go ahead and buy that. This data pad contains the personal journal of Mercer Cole, a low-level sublight contractor. Most entries pertain to slagging his teammates or complaining about shit-for-pay contracts. The last entry reads, "Can't believe we found fucking Alvite gas in a hibernated Rizzo lab out in the dust bag. Lavite, Olivity, whatever it's spelled, it's worth a shit ton. Who the fuck used that to make candy?" Looks like old Gertie's hunch is going to prove out. Not that I'll ever tell her so, the way she goes primal at the slightest hint of criticism. Too much product for us to transport. Gonna need a ship to smuggle this off-world. Probably need Lilia Hagen to send a team. No way Ms. Malin can handle this job. No way Ms. Malin can handle this job out of Fallbrook. Been working on Remy, playing him with the pale kale ale he likes. Figure if I get him nice and sloshed, he'll tell me the password into that place. Did some exploring while he and Gertie were testing the Aloidi gas. Found an old elevator shaft. A lab coat modded into a hidey spot for some dandified weapon. Thing's probably worth enough to make me a right top runger after I go back for it. Old Mercer's getting himself to Byzantium, you can bet on it. Can't let Remy or Gertie find out about it. Gertie go all full burn and demand I split the profits. Remy, he'd probably send me to the boneyard and keep it for himself. And we've got another one. A damaged UDL datapad. The screen is cracked and most of the keys are non-functional. Fused together from plasma damage, all but a few entries are unreadable. Of those remaining, only snippets can be viewed. Corporal Sauber, you are reassigned effective immediately. Must report to Site Safety Commander Sanders by 1600. Transport provided by non-corporate contractor. Reliable, must be the unreliable. Proceed overland to Research Facility East Town designation Fallbrook. Entry number 2. Kind of shit. What kind of shithole facility is this? I'm never accepting a promotion again unless it comes with a gilded. Hastity keeps losing her damn key card. Expects me to find it for her. Not her fucking Swain. At least Powell is easy on the eyes. Entry number 3. Shit rap fucking alarm went off again before I got a chance to try the weapon. Seen anything like it. Chastity used it for a damn prank. Now Sanders is going to lock it up and I'll never perfect crowd control. Easy to maintain order in the townships when they get their hands on glue. Take that. I think that's the gloop gun, which we've already gotten. So that's probably not going to do a lot for us. We can get out of here. So we searched for clues. Acquire the science weapon in the abandoned lab. So when we go to that Rizzo's factory at Cascadia, that's when we're going to find that. Yeah, that's all the way out there. So we're not going to go there just yet. John W's in the chat, says hello, Fisty. Hello, John. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. All right, let's see if we can find any other quick side quests to do. Slaughterhouse Clive. That's the one with the C&P factory. That one... There might be a follow-up to that, so with only about a half hour left to go, we don't want to do that. Attend the audition. Let's do that. I wonder if I had done this before the DLC, if we would have had some other options. Let's head to the Unreliable's interior. We'll go to our audition on Byzantium. Terra 2. We'll go to the freight port. So this is perfect. We have a quick little stream tonight. We'll take care of some quick little side quests. All right, and oh, I keep hitting that. I shouldn't hit that. I keep doing that thinking that's how I get to the map like it is in 76, and it's not. Okay, so region, where are we going? We're going to the Estates District. And for this one, let's definitely bring Felix along. And let's bring Ellie along, because maybe we can do her side quest while we're here. We'll see how long this takes, and then maybe we can do that. All right, so we've got to go find our... We've got to head to the movie studio and become a film star.
So, how many times have you seen Terror on Monarch?
Terror on Monarch loses its appeal after the 5th viewing.
Odeon Pictures fans. And here we go, Odeon Pictures. We have a receptionist we can talk to.
For all auditions, please use the elevator on the left.
All right, let's do it. And here we go. Terror on Monarch with Ruth Bellamy as Halcyon Helen. Spencer Woolrich as Chief of the Savages. Well, we killed Spencer Woolrich in the DLC. And, oh yeah, we also killed Halcyon Helen. Felix still has his fancy mask.
Gotta fix my hair.
My cousin's in pictures. That business makes piracy look civil.
I'm sure it does. All right, let's head in. Sealed. Oh, that's right.
Great, you made it. Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. Just go in there and do what feels natural.
Okay, dumb. We've got a dumb dialogue option. Okay, but you should know I drank a lot of water before coming here. Go in there and do what feels natural. You should know I drank a lot of water before coming here. Ha 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 ha.
See, that's the kind of energy I'm talking about. Real, raw, spontaneous. Give us more of that. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen.
I can work with that.
See, I knew you'd get it. Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what you got.
Something tells me people are going to die.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable.
And we've got a dumb dialogue option. How did CNP manage to fit more in something so tiny? They're geniuses.
trying to snag my CNP endorsement? Take it easy.
Am I in the shot? Hang on. I'm gonna give him the old millstone glare.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axajax, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us.
We can say what of it, remain stoically silent, or we can use our dumb dialogue option and say, I'm confused. Have we actually met before?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not giving the scene enough energy for you? I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher.
Wow, you got a real limited edition? With 10% more ammo for 12% more carnage?
Quit upstaging me! I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come!
And when is that day?
Damn it! Don't upstage me! I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma.
Dumb data, calibration, microscope.
What the fuck are you doing?
Saying science words, isn't that what's happening now?
I'm supposed to say the science words. You're just making me look bad. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers, because this is the end for you.
Uh-huh. Good, because I still don't know what's going on.
Fuck! How does Maverick expect me to compete with this? I can improvise too. Safety's off, everyone.
They got the drop on him.
Anything like that. You're gonna be a star. I'm talking to you. Let's take 5.
Maverick Johnston is impressed. There he is.
There's my star. Walk and talk with me.
Yeah, let me loot these corpses first, buddy. You are in need of a new star, considering how many of them I killed on Eridanos. There's no more Halcyon Helen. There's no more Spencer Woolrich. We did let Burbage 3001 live, though. There's Burbage 3000. That's why we met Burbage 3001 on Eridanos. All right, let's talk.
Finally, a hero audiences can relate to. That was pure genius. We're gonna rake in the bits and the awards with this one.
Let's continue with the dumb dialogue. We're doing what now? That sounds like hard work.
You bet it is, but that's show business. It'll take months to get your contract lined up, but it'll be worth it. This fee is just the beginning. Stick with me, and you'll take us both to the top.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that was quick and painless. Except for the people we murdered. That looked rather painful for them. So that's it, huh? That's all we get to do at Odeon Pictures. Let's see what our next side quest we can do is. Maybe we'll do Ellie's. We'll visit Ellie's parents. They live here, so let's head back over this way. I can't remember if there's a follow-up to this one or not. I think there's 2 or 3 steps here, so hopefully it's not too in-depth. And apparently the board doesn't hate us too much yet.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent and desperation.
Oh, so it's not me this time.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Transition to the Fenhill Estate. Well, Looks like Ellie grew up in comfort and luxury. We'll just take a look around here and take anything that isn't bolted down. Quick save in case we need to reverse any terrible decisions.
Marilyn, is that you?
Moss, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Oh, that's right. Ellie wants me to act like a savage in here, so spit on the floor, fancy place. I'll probably be taking a few things with me.
There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right?
Sure. Let's see here. Indeed, we've saved towns and restored property across Halcyon. Ellie, you've made your point. Can we just get this over with? Theft, vandalism, profanity. You name it, we've done it at least twice.
Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
We can listen quietly. Don't treat her like that. She's come a long way to see you. This is getting awkward, or we'll leave when we're good and ready.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors.
Perception, hold up. These floors aren't just nice, they're top quality marble. What is it? Keep going, Ellie. I like where this is headed.
Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
Don't sound so disappointed about it.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Why do I get the feeling you people are about to apologize for something?
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what?
But I'm sure you're much happier now knowing Ellie's alive and well, right?
Of course. And we shall always harbor that joyful secret deep within our hearts.
And you'll report it to the insurance company, right?
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Let's go, Ellie. We've got better things to do than hang around these two. Listen quietly, or so tell them Ellie's back. You'll be the talk of the town.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
Why not? Why not? I'll have you know, Ellie's a professional miscreant.
Shh! Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Ellie, are you done with these jerks?
Not until I get some answers. Couldn't Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind.
If you really knew your daughter, you'd know quiet is not in her vocabulary.
She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm ready to cause a scene.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Now, we could kill them. But killing them doesn't actually do anything good. But let's do it. We'll do a quick save just so we can see what happens.
What in the void did you do? I didn't like how things went down either, but did you have to go and kill them?
Sure. Let's see here. Dan Halen says, thanks for not letting me know Fisty was live, YouTube. Yeah, that's how it goes. Didn't like it. Did you have to go and kill them? Sorry, Ellie, I guess I misunderstood. You expect me to believe you're feeling sentimental? By now you should know I handle things my way.
That wasn't a problem before it meant killing my folks in their own home. You're on your own now. Consider my debt to you forgotten and canceled.
That's it?
It sure better be. Now go!
And she just disappears, huh? So killing her parents is not a good way to go. So let's, it's not what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and reload here. And Dan Halen also says, hi, everybody. Hi, Dan. We're going to be going for a little bit yet here. Not much longer tonight. I've got a early day tomorrow. Okay, so now what are we doing? Follow up with Ellie.
Let's talk outside.
Okay. Because as entertaining as killing her parents is, what we're going to do instead is actually better.
I've done plenty of smuggling runs, but this thing with the chemicals is bold.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage.
They shouldn't have gotten so upset. How did you think that would go? You were making quite the scene, or can we do this later? How did you think that was going to go?
I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed.
Uh-huh. And then what? This is a very this is a very specific fantasy.
Shh. I'm getting to the good part. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug?
I'm going to use that one in real life. Intimidate 40. How about it's payback time and I'm collecting with interest? Listen quietly. You've got a sense of drama. I'll give you that much.
I'll consider that a compliment.
As you should.
Getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob.
Chin up, you're better than this. You're really hurt, aren't you? Or don't get all mopey on me.
I don't get mopey. I get mad, caustic, indiscriminately aggressive. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. And I've got a reputation to maintain.
Indeed. Work through it on your own time. I just want to know what we're doing next. Trust me, this was for the best. I'm sorry it's a rough situation, or that sounds familiar.
I hope you don't think I'm talking about this because I want to be introspective.
This episode reflects on them, not you.
But I want to talk about me now.
Okay. You can learn something from this. It's up to you to determine what that is. Everyone's only out for themselves. You've seen that now. You've got to surround yourself with people who will really look out for you. Bad things happen. It doesn't mean anything.
You really know how to cheer a girl up, don't you?
Indeed, I do.
I would have fixed a drink if I knew we were in for one of these. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something like... Wait a second. What if I could get that money?
Keep talking.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off.
There'd better be a cut in it for me.
You know me, Captain. I don't like to leave a debt unpaid. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Uh-huh. All right, let's do it. All right, next stop is where? Find the insurance agency office.
So, you're really running around with us now, huh?
Sure am. I'm a part of the crew now. Got my own bunk and everything.
You know, Felix, now that you're a real pirate, I should induct you into the Pirates' Code of Silence.
Ooh, the Code of Silence. What's that?
It means you agree not to talk for a very long time.
I needed to go down this way. Love Grove's beautification.
Auntie Cleo's pipe patch. All of the benefits of smoking.
Okay, here we go. The insurance company. There's a drop box here. GHIG Secure Mailbox System. The sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group satellite office in Fallbrook on the planet Monarch.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
So off we go, back to Fallbrook. So we've got to go back to the ship. And we'll fast travel.
I must confess.
Whoa.
I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please?
Okay, I'm not sure what I just walked in on there. Clearly, Ada and Sam are getting down. Sam is very well known for eliminating filth and grime and dirtiness. But apparently not today. Let's go to Fallbrook.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Okay, here we go, here we go.
Remember that you are not...
Remember that you are not insured. All right, continue. Oh, wait, we don't need to do it this way.
Insured.
Let's fast travel out. So we can just go straight to where we need to go. So we'll fast travel right into Fallbrook, head to the insurance agency, and see if there's anything else to do after that. Of course, we'll give it a second to load because the game needs that.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? The boss lady told me to take the night off.
This looks like a place. Ready to get my money or what?
Ready to get my money or what? You know it. Mechanical sentry, that would be stealing, and stealing is bad. All right, let's talk to the insurance agent.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Uh-huh. Dumb. That sounds like a great deal.
It sure is. So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
I sense a pun in there. Why is your office on Monarch? I need to change the beneficiary of Marilyn Fennell's life insurance policy. What else can you tell me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Uh-huh. Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares. Speaking of actors, you're a dead ringer for the new Odeon Pictures star. You must get that all the time.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Dan Halen says she looks like a synth. Maybe she is. Who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
Uh-huh. What about disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
Indeed. Well, that's all I needed to know about that.
One thing's for sure, you won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
I'm sure that's the case. Why is your office on Monarch instead of some civilized place like Byzantium?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Uh-huh. Huh. Why?
Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch, but financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can, what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
So you're dodging the authorities.
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity. Plus,
There's some sense to
sunlight
that.
keeps this place running remarkably well, and they sure drive business our direction.
I bet they do. Well, I need to change the beneficiary on Marilyn Fennell's life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
Oh, what else can you tell me?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, we interviewed the parents extensively. They had plenty of awkward childhood stories that illustrated their daughter's clumsiness and capriciousness.
Hey, those are entirely made up.
Furthermore, the claim spurred a whole line of fashion-related policies. It's become a very lucrative market.
Intriguing. So how would I amend that claim?
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Okay, but how would I change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Are you certain? So we can say Marilyn Fenhill isn't dead, which might terminate the policy. We could bribe her. We could say intimidate 30, you'll do this or you'll be filing your own claim.
Please, my policy only covers paper cuts and wrist strain. Very well, I'll do it. But then you've got to go. Confrontations like this will raise my premiums. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
Well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you, insurance agent.
Can we talk?
We can indeed talk, Ellie. That's why we're here.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
If that's all you wanted, you could have just stayed in Byzantium.
Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that.
Fair enough.
I'm just glad my folks aren't going to live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Cut to the chase, Ellie. What are you going to do with all those bits? Good for you. I'm glad you got what you wanted. As high-minded as ever, I see, or real jobs?
Maybe as line holders or warm bodies?
Those are real jobs?
Oh, sure. You've got to wait in line for just about anything in Byzantium, and not everyone has the time or inclination to do it themselves. As for warm bodies, some companies like to keep extra workers on site to look more productive.
And they just do nothing?
Oh, no. There's lots of paper shuffling and pen clicking that goes on. The really good ones know how to leave sticky notes in just the right places. See, this is why I had to get out of Byzantium. Not sure what comes next for me, though. I've never been much of a planner.
Okay, well, you've got to plan ahead at some point, or it's better to figure things out as you go.
If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
Glad we're remembering what's important.
Hey, a job's a job. You know that. That's one of the things that makes you so easy to follow.
I thought it was my charming personality and good looks.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I don't normally hand out compliments. A lot of folk expect some kind of soft-headed charity, especially with me being a sawbones, but you get it.
You gotta take care of yourself. You can't count on anyone else to do it. Nothing says two allies can't keep an eye on their own interests. I'm not looking to get all introspective about this, Ellie.
Fair enough. You know, I'm thinking I ought to find another gig once this one's all done. One where I can really work on my own.
Good luck with whatever you do.
Hey, let's not get all mushy. I'm still here to see this one through. Anyway, enough chit-chat.
All right, let's get a move on. Okay, so we've got a new perk from Ellie. We completed her quest, got an achievement out of the deal. And that looks good to me. And with that, we're coming up against my my limit for tonight. As I said earlier, my schedule got all shuffled around this week. It's going to be a complicated week. So I've got to cut things off a little early tonight. I've got an extra early day tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night here. I do thank everybody who was hanging around tonight and said hello and let me know you were here in the chat. I wish we could go a little bit longer. Normally we do 3 or 4 hours on Tuesday evenings, but every now and again, you know, life does what life does and gets shaken up a little bit. So this week and next week will probably be a little bit up in the air, but I will go live at least a couple of times, I'm sure. And if you're not following me on Twitter, that is probably the best way to see when I go live. And I also post updates there if streams get delayed or I have to cancel or something like that. So, you know, if you want to follow me and stay up to date, that's not a bad place to do it. But other than that, I had a blast tonight. I love the Outer Worlds. It was cool getting just getting some side quests in and out of the way. And apparently getting rich off of Ellie's fraudulent life insurance policy. We'll take it any way we can get it. And can we get one more look at the view here before we go? Yes, this is awesome. I love this. And with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you to everyone for coming around. I do hope I see you next time. We'll have a weapon video for Fallout 76 coming tomorrow on a Furious Explosive Railway Rifle. There should be a script video on Friday as well. And Friday, I'm hoping to have some time for another stream. So we'll see how it goes. So John Linton says, hope you feel well after your shot. I hope so too. We'll see. We planned around it just in case. And Dan says, always happy to hear your voice, my main man. Thank you, Dan. And he says, have a good one. So thank you to everybody. I'll see you next time.